Hey guys, I hope you're well. Today I'm going to be answering some questions on why I chose to study in the UK as an international student. My name is Nkosinathi. I'm a second year undergraduate student studying a Bachelor of Science in Economics. Well, knowing the reputation that the UK has, both academically and with regards to extracurricular activities, I was definitely leaning towards coming to the UK if I got the chance to. And I did have the chance to come to the UK, so it was a big deciding factor for me. But also, another big factor or a decision maker that pointed me towards the UK was the fact that there was no English barrier for me. Being an international student from Zambia, we speak quite a lot of English there, and it was going to be easy for me to adapt in the UK as compared to going to other countries where I would have to, say, learn their culture and language for a year before I can go into the country and the education system. So that was definitely a deciding factor for me. Honestly, I did look to study anywhere else. Internationally, I looked to study in either Netherlands, that's just Amsterdam, where they do speak English as well. I also looked to study in either the United States of America and South Africa. With regards to domestically within the UK, the only other option that I looked at was the University of York. But of course, when the University of Essex came up, I was definitely leaned more towards the University of Essex. Well, there are quite a lot of academic benefits to studying in the UK, as there is generally a high standard of education for all courses. And besides the educational part, the UK also has a lot of extracurricular activities in sports, art, and so much more. So for me, being a person who plays football, it's been easy for me to continue playing my football whilst in the UK as well. Another benefit that is not school related, and I feel is a very big benefit for me, has been the ability to learn about a new culture and gain more exposure. Because being in the UK and meeting new people both locally and internationally, I have learned so much in terms of habits, what to do around certain people, and learning just the general outlook of different sets of human beings, which has been, I can say, one of the biggest benefits for me. Some of the other benefits to mention are that the UK is a very multicultural place, and for that reason I have been able to make friends with people from different backgrounds and different countries around the world. I have friends from Italy, France, some from South Africa, some from the United States, and even some from Australia. I've been able to make friendships with people which will create lifelong bonds and so on. So that is another benefit. And the last benefit of being in the UK is you get to appreciate your culture more. Personally, whilst being here, I've really appreciated and respected my culture in Zambia back more, because there's some certain things that I would take for granted whilst there. But whilst I am here, I've started to appreciate them more, and whenever I do go back, I'm happy to be there. Yeah. For me, being an international student, I had to get 2 visas. A visa firstly for the duration of my foundation course, which I did at the University of Essex International College, which is under Kaplan. And I got a foundation visa for 1 year and went back to my country and got a visa for the duration. So during both processes, in the first time I applied, I had to do IELTS, which are the international English exams, standard international English exams rather, and I had to have my health check, which only involved me having to check for my TB, and of course paying for the visa process and your insurance health surcharge. On the second time, when getting my visa for a longer duration, I only had to do my TB check, pay for my insurance health surcharge, and the visa process itself. For both times, I had to submit my biometrics for my fingerprints and facial recognition, which went on my biometric residence permit, which is also known as a BRP. That's basically like my visa here. And that was generally the visa process when coming to the UK. Another part of coming to the UK that is normally the harder part was saying goodbye to family and friends. Having been in Zambia my whole life, this was a life-changing moment, and it was not the easiest to move from one country to another. especially coming to a country where the weather was completely different to what it is here. That is one of the challenges that I had when moving. I did not find it very easy because saying goodbye to family and friends involved a lot of emotion, and in the end it all turned out well. Well, the University of Essex made me feel at home right from the jump by encouraging all students, both local and international students, to be part of societies. And there's so many societies which range from cultural societies to societies with regards to hobbies or talents that you have. It can be a music society, a football society, it can be a Turkish society, it can be a Ghanaian society, it can be so much, and the University of Essex really encourages you to join. But not also that, the university is very diverse, multicultural, and so there are so many different people that sometimes you'd feel like you're back in your own country. Generally, the general feel of the university made me feel at home with how welcoming people are, how kind they are, and how they were able to assist me with things I didn't know. Not to mention that for me, I made a lot of friends through my football and through sports, different social sessions, and till date they are some of my good friends. And so generally the feel at the University of Essex is very homely, and it is not restricting for someone to make friends. Well, homesickness is something that happens to everyone, and I would be lying if I said, oh, I didn't get homesick. In the beginning, I was very segregative. I just wanted to be in my room. But then I realized the more time I spent in my room, the more time I had those thoughts of homesickness. And so I dealt with homesickness by going out, not at night, not just at night, but going out to different societies, going out to different places, putting myself in different social groups where I get the ability to meet and interact with new people, make friends, share experiences, and so much more. But also, I made my room feel as homely as possible so that whenever I do get back from a long day of uni, I feel like I'm going back into a comfortable space that I like. And it's even better if you have your own apartment to make it feel like you are more at home than anything. So those are the two ways I dealt with homesickness. Just trying to avoid being in my room and alone for too long, and also just putting myself out there in different type of friend groups, social settings, and different clubs. For me, who played football and did a lot of sports, I put myself in a lot of sporting activities where I was able to meet people. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you found my experience of moving to the UK sufficient enough to help you in either deciding to come to the UK or whilst you are in the UK. I hope any questions that you may have had have been answered, and I hope you have a good day. Bye-bye.